Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to Robert Sports Show. I'm your host, Robert. CFL Eastern Western Semifinals. The playoffs are here. We went a full season in 2020 with no CFL. Back in 2019, week 8, I started doing CFL videos. I was so stoked for 2020. I had the full CFL season, the full XFL season, the NFL college, the whole nine. We all know what happened. We all know what stopped that. But we finally got a full season in here. Whew, what a regular season. Like I said, most weeks, hashtag expect the unexpected. Overall, I wasn't great. But you know what? I had fun with it. It was joyful. So, week 16, was that week 16? Yeah, week 16. Was that right? Yeah, 2 by week 14. Okay. I was 2-3 last week. Straight up picks, 2-3 against the spread, 4-1 on the over/under. Year to date, 33-30, win lost. Great, I'm fine with that. Against the spread, 27-36. Over/under, 28-35. Overall, 46.5%. Below 500. Technically, if we're betting money, I lost my ass on this. But you know what? Sometimes it's not about. It's about having fun. It's not about winning or losing. I had fun with it. I enjoyed each week doing it. I know some weeks I got the videos up really late. Some weeks I didn't. I'm glad everyone checked them all out. I appreciate that. NFL, CFL, or NFL and college are still going on. We got 2 more after this. We have the conference finals and we have the Grey Cup. So still a couple weeks left in CFL. Still a couple weeks left in the college and then NFL. Rubber Sports Show, obviously doing my countdown for the NASCAR videos. Those are going to be going 2 a day through February. So if you haven't, go ahead and check those out as well. Pro wrestling. Hopefully, 2022 I will get some do more pro wrestling. Do all the pro wrestling that I want to do. There's times where I'll come up with a video idea. Hey, I want to do this video, but it never makes it to a video. There's actually a special one that I'm going to do when the CFL season is over with that I want to do before the CFL season. It involves the CFL, so I definitely want to check that out after the Grey Cup. All right, so we have 2 games. We have the Montreal Alouettes 7-7 versus the Hamilton Tiger Cats 8-6. The winner will go on to play the 9-5 Toronto Argonauts. Then over in the West, we have the Calgary Stampeders 8-6 versus the 9-5 Saskatchewan Roughriders. The winner will go on to play the 11-3 Winnipeg Blue Bombers. Tiger Cats. Wow. Everyone at the beginning of the season, I've seen so much things on social media. Can they go undefeated? Can they go undefeated? After 2 weeks, can they win a game? They ended up here. They're in the playoffs, hosting a playoff game. What can I say? They scored 22 points a game this year, giving up 17.4. At home, they're 5-2. They have struggled against the division. They're only 4-4 against the division. That's where Montreal is actually done better. They're 5-3 versus the division. They're 4-3 away from home. So for these 2 teams, they're in the ideal situation here because Montreal is actually 3-4 at home, while Hamilton is 3-4 on the road. So Hamilton, their best shot at winning is on the road at home. Montreal's best shot at winning is on the road. These 2 teams played 2 games. In Montreal, Hamilton won 27-10. In Hamilton, Montreal won 23-20. This game is also in Hamilton. Now, if you want to look ahead how these 2 teams rank against Toronto, you can. I did a little bit of that. It looks like Montreal split against Toronto, while Toronto won 2 of 3 versus Hamilton. These 2 teams are coming into the playoffs at 2 different points in their season. Montreal is struggling. They're 1-3 in their last 4, while Hamilton is 3-1. On the season, though, number 1 in points in the CFL, number 1 in plays, Montreal Alouettes, 314 points, 1,045 plays. Number 1 in yards, 5,178. While the Hamilton is tied for 5th in points, 267. Tied 6th in plays, 976. 6th in yards, 4,755. So there's a big difference there in plays and yards. But you can have all the plays in the world if you have 1, 2, and 3 yard plays versus 12, 15 yard plays. Quarterback from Montreal, looks like Vernon Adam is out for the season. We've known that. They picked up Trevor Harris. It looks like Trevor Harris is going to be starting this game. I mean, can he go in and, his season totals, he's got a 70% completion record. Most of that game, I think, was who was he with? Edmonton, if I remember correctly. So, can he come in and lead the Alouettes to a victory over Hamilton? We'll see. Now, William Stanback can run their way in there. 1,100 yards on the season, 3 touchdowns. If Harris can get the ball to Eugene Lewis, 9 touchdowns, they got a shot. Hamilton, though, Jeremiah Mazzoli, 69.4% completion, 10 touchdowns and 6 interceptions. Their top running back was Sean Thomas Arrington, 356 yards, 4 touches. This game is going to be interesting. Right now, the line that I have is 4.5. That's why I haven't got this video up sooner than this, because there was no line yet. And I kept checking the 2 sites I go to and could not find a line. And finally, it came up 4.5. Saskatchewan or Hamilton by 4.5. Over under 46. I can't go with Montreal. I'm sorry. The way they've kind of limped into the playoffs. So I'm giving Hamilton the 4.5. They're favored by 4.5. I got them winning, covering. I am going under on the 46 because if you look at the head-to-head matchups, they've been under on the 46. And I believe only 9 times this year these two teams have gone over on the points. It seems like the points this year have been down overall in the CFL. All right, over in the West, 8-6 Calgary, 9-5 Saskatchewan. Winner goes to Winnipeg. Both these teams are 3-1 in their last 4. Calgary away is 5-2. Saskatchewan at home 5-2. Ideal for these two teams. Division: Calgary 6-4. Saskatchewan's 5-4. These two teams have played 3 times this year. Week 9, 10, and 12. Calgary is 2-1. What does that mean for this playoff game? Not a damn thing. It doesn't mean anything. The fact that you have the 3rd most points in the league by Calgary, 4th most yards, 7th most plays, while Saskatchewan is 7th in plays, 8th in yards, or 7th in points, 4th in plays, 8th in yards, which is a weird stat to me. If you have the 4th most plays, but the 8th most yards, so it means you're having all these smaller yard gain plays. You're not getting that big chunk of yards that you need. But Levy Mitchell versus Cody Fajardo. This game could be very, very intriguing. You got William Powell and Kadeem Carey as running backs. Right now, the line that I found for this game is Saskatchewan by 3. To be honest with you, I actually like the Calgary-Winnipeg matchup over Saskatchewan and Winnipeg. Because at least with Calgary and Winnipeg on the regular season, they were 1-1 against each other. But something that also makes me lean toward that is Winnipeg blew out Saskatchewan both games. So if we want a conference final to be good, I think Calgary is going to win. The fact that Calgary won 2 of 3 versus Saskatchewan, I think Calgary overall is a better team. Some of the stats do show that. So I am picking Calgary to upset Saskatchewan here. So I got Calgary plus 3. I am taking under in the 44.5. Neither one of these teams have really done anything with over this year, so they're going to keep them under. That's going to set us up to Winnipeg and Calgary next week for the West, and then Toronto and Hamilton for the East. Now, one thing that's very interesting with that coming off bye weeks. So Winnipeg's got a bye week. They're in the West. They're 2-0 on the season. Coming off of week 8 and 13 bye weeks. So week 9 and week 14. Coming off those 2 bye weeks, they're 2-0. They won 9 straight games. They lost the last 2, but they won 9 straight before that. Toronto and Hamilton. Hamilton actually beat Toronto coming off the week 4 bye week in week 5. So they've done it. So it's possible. So if I had to pick right now, our Grey Cup, just throwing it out there, Hamilton and Winnipeg. All right, but you know what? We'll change that probably as these 2 games happen this week, and then next week for the finals, and then we'll get to the Grey Cup. Make sure you check out NFL week number 12, NCAA college football week 13, all right here on our Robert Sports Show, along with the NASCAR stuff. As always, thanks for watching the Robert Sports Show. Don't just have a great day. Have a spiffy day. Robert Sports Show, your YouTube leader in sports center content.